everybody, this is DC Richards. I'm here with Anthony Armenta, and we're going to be doing a music review on Maroon 5's song called Sugar. I want to figure out what it is that you like so much about this song. I think it's okay. We're just going to play through the video here, so here we go. Starts off with a little movie scene.
December 6, 2014. We're going to drive across LA and hit every wedding we possibly can. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, so the problem I have with this at first is I thought this was actually sent to me by a dear friend of mine, and she said that I probably would like this song. The problem that I have right off the bat, though, is I thought it was a really kind of cute concept. Well, not a cute concept, but a neat concept that these bands would actually in the video go to all these other weddings and just play live. I mean, I think that's pretty badass. But then I found out it was just like a big ass publicity stunt. It's like, I'm like, that kind of ruins it for me. I mean, I like the song, but I think it's just because it's fun to sing. I don't like the keyboards like right here. It sounds too pop for me.
Okay. Well, this is just part of the video.
The video I thought was cool if it was like actually legit, but all the grooms knew about it, and it's like, how is it a surprise, really? But I have liked Maroon 5 since the beginning. Their music now, not so much, just because the TV show, the voice has kind of been you know, it's what happens when you have a TV show. You can always display your music, and I think it's a smart move. But sometimes they'll just keep cranking them out like it's a machine, and sometimes I think they get rid of the heart that's not in them.
Like cranking out videos?
No, just music. Like it all sounds the same.
Oh,
I was watching some of their most recent videos, and there's one where they just show Adam Levine driving for like 10 minutes before the music finally starts, and I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I love the reaction of the people in the video. I mean, because who wouldn't want to see one of their favorite bands play
at a wedding?
Yeah, live. I mean, that'd be just badass.
Yeah.
And the surprise is what looks like genuine.
Totally by surprise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's what made this video cool.
Yeah, this does change the song for me, seeing the video.
Yeah, I think that the video sold me more on this song. Like, if somebody played me the song, I probably would have turned it off because of the keyboards at the beginning of the video. It just doesn't sound right. It sounds too Taylor Swift to me. So I think that once you get into it and it's grooving a little bit more with the R&B style, I think that's what I like about it. Because you can actually want to sing it. I'd rather they use, real drums instead of a drum machine, though.
So my issue kind of is his falsetto. I'm not a huge falsetto fan.
I actually noticed that it's gotten worse since he's been on The Voice, because he never was that way in the beginning. He was high.
He does more
but
falsetto
now. But now he does more falsetto than I've noticed. And I actually started comparing him to Frankie Valli. Yeah. I like Frankie Valli, but there's like Frankie Valli songs I don't like. Like I like Working My Way Back to You, and I like Grease. Grease is just a fun song, but like when you hear Walk Like a Man, I don't ever like jam to that. It's just not because his voice is so high in that. But I mean, he's not. I mean, he's really talented. It's not like he's.
I mean, I like falsetto, but to a certain extent. And I mean, this is a good song in general, but when it came out, I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, I thought it was okay, but
I think that. It was kind of funny, though, because of all their songs that have come out lately, I haven't liked any of them. I mean, I like Maps, but the chorus sucks on that song. So when this came out, it actually, from beginning to end, I kind of actually really liked it. It reminded me of old Maroon 5 from the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Which is what I really liked with their Harder to Breathe, and even my favorite song, Makes Me Wonder. It was just one of those things that I was like, okay, well, maybe they're getting back to the roots, but then I heard some more of the other albums, and then they got a video where they're dressed up like Pikachu characters. I'm like, come on.
Weird.
Seriously?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. See, what I found out about this is that some of the people in this video were, like, one was a producer at the record company they worked for or whatever, and this was done by them, and then they chose like 4 other people they knew. If this was actually legitimately people they didn't know, then I think it'd be more fun. because I love some of the realistic
Yeah,
reactions.
it would be a real thing.
But you know what's funny about this is when my own kids like their earlier stuff more than their new stuff. I mean, that tells you. I mean,
I definitely agree with that.
There has been a funkadelia that's been added to it since their keyboardist, I think his name is Michael, or I think it's Michael Carmichael or something like that. Let me see real quick. I gotta look this up because I don't know. Can't remember. What I have found most common in bands, whenever like the real Jesse Carmichael, I guess he took a break. It was either Jesse Carmichael or the Valentine Kid, but I think Carmichael was the keyboardist, and he left. When he left, they brought another keyboardist on board, and he added the funk sound to them, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I love to be funky just like Earth, Wind & Fire too all the time. I mean, but sometimes
they change their sound a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I almost really miss Maroon 5's rock.
Yeah.
That's what they were in the beginning.
Yeah.
Even when they did their slow stuff, they were still rocking out. And I think that you know, this is probably one of their new songs that I actually like, but a lot of their other stuff I really don't like as much. But I still like them. I mean, I'm still fans of them. I just wish they'd do some older stuff. But I think as music fans, you tend to wish that on every band. So I can't really hold that against them.
Yeah.
But I think when The Voice gets canceled or whatever, I think that they'll be able to focus more on making music as opposed to, like, I listen to the radio stations all day, and there's a country station we listen to, and it plays the same produced music over and over again. And I think that's what's happening with pop is you have like Ed Sheridan out there like writing everybody's music now, and it's like, you know, that's cool, and he writes cool stuff, but it's like it's almost all the same.
Huh.
You know what I mean? There's some really good writers out there that I think need to have a chance to be different, but I think as an artist they're losing what they really wanted to do. Like if you listen to Maroon 5's second album, you'll hear a lot of the Police's influence in there.
Oh.
Especially with like Won't Go Home Without You. When you listen to the intro to that, just the guitar picking sounds pretty close to Every Breath You Take, so you can tell it was inspired by that. It's just different keys entirely.
What do you think of Adam Levine's guitar playing?
I think that he doesn't play. Every time I see him, he's just playing a couple power chords. I mean, that's what singers do, though, man. I mean, I've rarely seen. I mean, he usually just gets on the mic. I mean, last time I seen him play a guitar in a video was makes me wonder, and that's my.
I wonder how long he's been playing the guitar. If he chooses not to, or
I think sometimes it's easier because I've tried to sing the guitar too, and the only ones I can sing are the ones I don't know like the intros to, like Keith Urban's. Somebody like you, it does like a let's see, it does a. It's like, I can't remember. I can't play it on the bass. I can play it on the guitar, but it's like a. And when you're playing that and trying to remember the songs or the lyrics, unless you're used to it or wrote the song, you just can't do it.
It's like rubbing your belly and patting your head and tapping your foot at the same time.
And if you watch like other songs where people are just, you have a guitar player playing, and then you can just sit and do the, you know, F, G. When you change your chords, when you're singing part of the song, you're going from this to that, because you know when the words are going to change. Then you can do it. But when you're playing the actual,
I watched Conscience the other day by Soundgarden, and that guitar on that is impossible to sing and play at the same time.
Well, it's like Danny California, or is it Hey-O by Red Hot Chili Peppers?
So
you know that Anthony wouldn't be able to play that.
Yeah.
So no, I think he does what most lead singers get to at that point, is they don't like to play. I mean, honestly, I think it'd be cool to actually see him play an acoustic guitar and do like a song like that. They have never done an acoustic guitar song.
On a 0 to 10 scale, where would you place this song?
Well, you already know I like this song, so it's like
you give it a 10?
I wouldn't give it a 10, but I'd give it an 8, just because I think
Okay.
I think what sold me about, I mean, I like it. It's better than Maps. I think what sold it for me was just I thought it was a cool video. I mean, who wouldn't want to get married and have like their favorite band show up?
I'd probably go 7.
Yeah, I'd probably do about an 8. I mean, I would
I'm
definitely
pretty
buy.
close to you
I would
there.
buy the single. It'd be $1.50.
I've heard it on the radio so many times that I wouldn't buy the single. Well, that's about all I've got. Anything else you have to say about this?
Nah, I mean, I just wish they'd start making some songs that I like. I mean, it's not really their fault. I actually like their stuff, but I kind of miss their old rock stuff. But
bring back the old rock style stuff. Make a comeback and then switch back to your
I think they should
falsetto pop crap.
I think they should. I think honestly, what it comes down to is they should. I see always with artists is they always fight over what song gets on the album. Every band out there, every collective out there, musician always has about 1 billion songs. So whenever they say they have writer's block, it's not that. It's just the producers telling them not to put that out or not to put this out. 9 out of 10 times, there's always a better song in the middle of the album that we never hear because the radio disc jockey doesn't want to play it or a producer doesn't think it's good enough. I think a lot of times what they should do if they want to keep making albums is just do a rock one, and then if the songs can't make it onto that one, there you go. You put it on the next one. It's already ready to go. The whole album doesn't need to have a vibe. Nowadays, everybody's just buying singles. They don't buy albums, which is kind of sad.
Right, that is sad.
I think the last album that I bought that I played all the way through was Keith Urban's Fuse, and that was like 2014. And that I actually sat and listened to the whole thing, from beginning to end. But there's not really any, albums where I want to listen to the whole thing. I bought.
I still like to make albums, though.
I agree with you, and I think it should be that way because I think you should. People are missing out on the fact that you can't listen to albums like you used to. Like you can, there were a lot of things. Like I could listen to Def Leppard's Hysteria all the way through.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I listened to. Nevermind, was another one.
Oh yeah.
Foo Fighters for Me, Wasted Light. That came out in 2011. That was my all-time. That's my all-time favorite album of theirs. But you can't. I think it's kind of a bummer because nobody's buying albums anymore. I think it's kind of. I think it's something that will be missed if it continues this way. Because I think there should be. There's always better. You can always find a great hidden gem in the middle of an album.
Despite their sound, is Maroon 5 still one of your favorite bands, or have they?
They're still in there. I'm not going to dislike them just because they're. Everybody makes different music, and then they decide to go back to whatever they do. And if you look at Rush and Geddy Lee, Geddy Lee, which was predominantly a huge bass player, decided to switch to the keyboards entirely. So he had that whole era where he was playing keyboards and everybody hated him for it. So it just kind of, if it can work and it's going. Even the Eagles. The Eagles took a break during the '80s, and you had Don Henley and Glenn Frey making music on their own, and then they decided, hey, let's just get back together and play Eagles stuff again. And if you watch a lot of their videos now when they're reunited, they're playing All She Wants to Do Is Dance and all the songs they made in the '80s. But Don Henley looked at the camera in his interview and he said, they asked him, what did you like about making videos in the '80s? And he says, I kind of wish I could just forget about it.
What about the Adam Levine stuff, or
I'm not a huge fan of The Voice just because, I don't know, man. It's like Brad Paisley and John Mayer said it best when they were doing the Crossroads one time. They said that, if we were on American Idol, we'd never make it. and I kind of believe that because they said, I think that somebody said at one point, they said, which would you rather lose, your singing ability or playing the guitar? And both of them were like, we would play the guitar.
Huh.
We could care less if we sang. We want to play the guitar.
You get another singer.
Yeah, and I think sometimes those shows, they're like game shows. Game shows are around still, which I think is kind of funny. But they're like, you can't. For The Voice, for example, there's a girl that I knew here that recorded a song for Lagoon, and she was on that as a contestant, and I was like, well, if professional singers are contestants, how is it?
For the amusement park Lagoon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so these guys are pros. They've made records. They've done, even the girl that played the voice for Tommy Pickles in Rugrats is a singer from the '80s, and she was on The Voice. Why? She's already, made, money as a singer, and she was an actress, and if they're hiring, you know, professionals to go up against,
Exposure. I mean,
I could see that, but how fair is it to have them sing it against amateurs? You know what I mean? So that's kind of my thing. I think I remember one time I seen a video for a song that I like called Orbital Bebop. It was an 80s song with a lot of like keyboards and that whole space techno shit that was in the 80s. And they were on a European show called Eurovision, and they actually played their demo live, and it was because they were on that show, and they didn't even win first place, but they won second place, and they went on to put their movie in a, you know, soundtrack for Sarah Jessica Parker, and then it was on the radio for a while. So it's like they did it without having to, you know, I mean, they just went on there bare bones, played their music, and I think just playing it, I mean, because that's kind of where the clubs, I think, come in. If you go and play your music, I think, you know, and that's where most of the bands were now. Everybody's YouTubing, which I think you kind of gotta have to do, so people can at least see you and you'll get more exposure because you're making your own videos.
right.
But I think the contest should be a little bit more fair, you know, because the whole point of The Voice, especially with them talking about it in the beginning, was, hey, you remember in the 70s when those guys with the gnarly looking voices came out and they were like the gnarliest looking guy ever? The whole point of the chair thing was so they couldn't see who the guy was, because technically they're saying that dude was pretty, you know, ugly looking. So that ugly dude made an awesome voice sound, which is what they were saying. So that's the whole point of the chair turnaround.
Yeah.
But they're picking pretty people on it already. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of talented people out there, my partner especially, that could be doing the same stuff, and they're kind of interesting things you find out about record businesses.
Hey man, I'm trying to get on there.
It's business. We should. I've heard you for a couple years now.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. That's all we have for this video. Again, I'm DC Richards. This is Anthony Armenta. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel and post those comments down below. What do you think of Maroon 5 in this song Sugar, or The Voice in general, or Adam Levine? Any comments, please feel free to post them below. And thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.